The message that appeared from my future self. Part 1. It started on a completely normal Tuesday night. I was lying in bed at around 11:40 p.m., scrolling through my phone after finishing some homework. Nothing unusual. Just memes, random videos, and messages from friends. Then my phone vibrated. I assumed it was another group chat notification, but when I checked the screen, something felt off. The message was from my own phone number. At first, I thought it was just a weird glitch. Maybe some spam or a system bug. But when I opened the message, my stomach dropped. The text read, "Don't panic, I'm you. From tomorrow." I stared at the screen for a good 10 seconds before laughing nervously. "Yeah right," I muttered. But then another message came in. "In 5 seconds, your mom will knock on your door and ask if you want tea." I frowned. 5 seconds later, knock. Knock. My heart nearly stopped. "Hey, do you want some tea?" my mom asked from outside the door. I slowly turned back to my phone. Another message appeared. "See? I told you." That was the moment I realized something seriously weird was happening. Part 2. My hand started shaking as I typed a reply. "Okay, if you're really me, prove it." The typing bubble appeared instantly. "Check your desk drawer." Under the notebook. I hesitated. There was no way this random number could know what was inside my room. Still, curiosity got the better of me. I walked to my desk and slowly opened the drawer. Under my notebook was a small folded piece of paper. My heart started racing. I didn't remember putting anything there. With trembling fingers, I unfolded the paper. Inside was a short message written in messy handwriting. "You're about to receive a text from yourself." I dropped the paper. My phone buzzed again. I wrote that yesterday. My mind was spinning. This wasn't some prank. It wasn't possible, but somehow, the person texting me actually knew things before they happened. Then another message came. "Listen carefully. Tomorrow something bad is going to happen." I swallowed. "And if you don't listen to me, you won't be able to stop it." Part 3. I sat on my bed, staring at the screen. "Stop what?" I typed. The response came quickly. "An accident." My heart started pounding harder. "Where?" There was a long pause before the typing bubble appeared again. "At school." That immediately got my attention. "At lunch break tomorrow, your best friend Kevin is going to cross the street in front of the school." I frowned. That didn't sound unusual. Students crossed that street all the time. Then the next message arrived. "A speeding car runs the red light." My stomach twisted. "Kevin gets hit." I froze. "He survives, but barely." I stared at the screen, trying to process what I was reading. "You're lying," I typed. But deep down, something told me this wasn't a joke. Another message appeared. "I wish I was." I leaned back in my chair, my mind racing. "If you're really me," I wrote, "then tell me how to stop it." The typing bubble blinked. Then the message came. "That's why I'm texting you." Part 4. Tomorrow at 12:17 p.m., the message read. "Kevin will try to cross the street to buy drinks." I imagined the small convenience store across the road from our school. We went there all the time during lunch. If he crosses the road at that exact time, the car hits him. My chest tightened. "So what do I do?" I asked. The reply came immediately. "Delay him." That sounded almost too simple. "How?" Another pause. "Anything. Talk to him. Drop something. Ask for help. Just keep him from crossing until 12:19 p.m. I checked the clock on my phone. 11:58 p.m. My brain felt like it was melting trying to process everything. And if I do that? The response came slower this time. Then the accident never happens. For a moment, I just sat there staring at the screen. Then a new message appeared. "Trust me." A chill ran down my spine. Because I already lived the version where you didn't. Part 5. The next day at school felt surreal. Every clock I saw made my heart beat faster. By the time lunch break arrived, I was sweating. Kevin and I sat at our usual table outside. He was laughing about something stupid on his phone while I kept checking the time. 12:14 p.m. 12:15 p.m. Then Kevin stood up. "Yo, I'm gonna grab a drink from the store," he said. My chest tightened instantly. That was exactly what the message predicted. He started walking toward the school gate. My brain scrambled for something to do. Then I suddenly dropped my backpack on the ground. Books spilled everywhere. "Bro, help me pick this up," I said quickly. Kevin sighed but crouched down to help. 12:16 p.m. 12:17 p.m. My heart pounded as we gathered the last few books. Then suddenly. Screech. A car slammed its brakes on the road outside the school. Students screamed. Kevin and I both turned toward the street. A car had just run the red light at full speed. Right across the exact crosswalk Kevin usually used. We stared in stunned silence. If he had crossed the street, he would have been standing there. Part 6. Kevin looked at me, confused. "Dude, that was crazy," he said. But I barely heard him. My phone vibrated. Slowly, I pulled it out. A new message. "You did it." My hands trembled. The timeline changed. I stared at the road where the car had just sped past. People were yelling. A teacher was shouting at the driver. Kevin was still alive. Because of a message from my future self. Another text appeared. "Good job. I quickly typed back. So, everything's okay now. The typing bubble appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Finally, the message came. Not exactly. My stomach dropped again. What do you mean? A long pause followed. Then the message appeared. Saving Kevin caused something else to change. Part 7. I stared at the screen, my chest tightening again. What changed? For a long moment, nothing happened. Then my phone buzzed. The accident had to happen somewhere. My heart sank. When you saved Kevin, the timeline corrected itself. I felt cold. Someone else got hit instead. My fingers trembled. Who? The typing bubble blinked slowly. Then the final message appeared. Look behind you. A chill ran down my spine. Slowly. I turned around. Across the schoolyard, an ambulance siren echoed as paramedics rushed someone onto a stretcher. Students crowded around in panic. I couldn't see the person clearly. But I noticed something strange. The phone in my hand buzzed one last time. The message read, next time, we have to save both. And that was when I realized something terrifying. This wouldn't be the last message from my future self. It was only the beginning.